everyone, and welcome to another Planet Zoo live stream. My name is Lydia and I'm from the community team here at Frontier. And I'm so excited to be here today because it's the release of the Grasslands Animal Pack. I want to see all the hypes in chat so that I can see all your lovely names in there. We've got obviously the community team, Elle, Fran, hello, and we've got Osric and Heather G, all the lovely mods here as well. We've got Lacrosse, hello, we have got Oreo Well, Crazy Goat, we got EQJ. Thank you for so much hype in the chat. It's been lovely seeing you guys all here and celebrating the launch with me today. But of course, we can't have a celebration stream without some lovely guests. Let's see who they are. So it looks like some devs were hiding in the grasslands. Very on theme today. How are you doing today, both of you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for inviting us. It's great to be here.
Thanks so much for coming along. I heckled James into coming back to help us on this stream. Of course, one of the best we've seen driving all our lovely showcases.
Got the whole
for
driver set up now as
yeah,
well,
and you've got a nice lapboard over there. Usually we have him kind of sitting on the corner here doing the driving, but he's on the sofas here today with our lovely devs. So we got Dave and James. Can you just kind of quickly introduce yourself and tell everyone in chat what you do for Planet Zoo?
My name's James Lockett. I'm an engineering lead on Planet Zoo, so I'm running the team at the minute. So Dave is one of my lovely coders who pretty much does everything for me these days. Like, I just tell you what to do these days, right? And
I run off and find some animals and make some cool behaviours.
And and pretty much I'm just like managing the team and just, shipping builds as well, so big deal for that now.
We know you'd make some amazing builds for us as well, last minute as well. So we're so happy that you're back, and I'm so glad to have you both here today so that we can see all the wonderful animals that we released today on the Grasslands Animal Pack. And if I didn't say already, which I don't think I did, but it is available now, of course, and it is on the Steam page. You can do !Steam, !Game in the Twitch chat only. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on YouTube, but it will be £7.99 or €9.99 or $9.99 in dollars. Yeah, so that is available now. So if you guys want to get that, go check it out on the Steam page. But obviously today we want to celebrate by showcasing all the wonderful animals you guys have been working on. How has it been working on the Grasslands Animal Pack?
It's been lovely. Like, the animals in this pack are just gorgeous all the way through. It's the thing.
There's the best ones, guys.
You're a little biased though, aren't you?
We'll get there.
We'll
get to that. We'll get to see Dave's biased animal. But yeah, he's definitely been excited, and we've been like jamming to the cool music. And obviously, we've got the lovely pack color here. And personally, it's my favorite because pink is my favorite color, so I'm also a little bit biased, but also the animals are absolutely gorgeous. What did you have the most fun on working on this pack? Did you guys get to meet any of the animals at all whilst you were working on it?
I've met some of our species previously multiple times.
Not revealing which one it is.
We'll get to it.
But it's been so great. Like, we know they're very highly requested animals. We read the forums, we see you guys, we know that you love some of these species. They're just, it's been fantastic to work on. And
you think we might not be watching, but we do keep a keen eye on what everyone wants as well. So the dev team have been doing an amazing job at producing all these lovely animals, and also the packs as well, and all the things that come with it. And we also worked on the free 1.12 update, which had quite a few new things there as well, which we'll also be briefly talking about. I'm sure if you came to the teaser stream, we kind of made some lovely dioramas here, which were inspired by one of our creators in the community, Rudy Renkamau, and we'll be going over a few of those as well. I know we did talk about it in that stream, but we'll kind of briefly go over them again so you guys can enjoy those as well. And we see loads of people getting excited in chat, which is amazing. You guys are telling us what your favorite animals are, so it's been great. But shall we then get into the animals. Shall we start seeing? Are you guys
let's do
ready?
it.
Are you guys ready for the animals, chat? So we
let's
got
take a look.
a lovely pre-built zoo by James, of course, the expert here.
Yeah, we made the zoo outside of the new scenario.
Yes,
that's part of the
the
pack too. So
new
this is just
campaign
building
scenario.
out the start from it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where would you like to start? Which animal's taking your fancy?
I think it would be worth looking at our 9-banded armadillo.
first.
Yeah.
Zoom right in.
Yeah.
Right here
The
too.
big champion of the pack.
They're absolutely cool. And they've already got little babies as well.
We are already way ahead.
Yeah.
Getting the babies. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we were hoping whilst James was building that we would get to see some of the offspring in the game and show them off as well. And they're absolutely adorable. I also know a fact about them. But it's really cool that armadillo actually means little armored one in Spanish, which is very fitting considering they have quite a hard shell.
And
you
they're
can
just
see,
adorably small.
And you can see like the bands, they have 9 bands, which is probably one of the most common armadillos that we have. So what does chat think? Yeah, chat thinks they're very cute. Armadillos are so detailed. Yes, the shell I think is...
Actually, but no.
None of them are sleepy at the minute. There.
Yeah.
I mean, like every stream I've had, they've all just gone to bed.
They just want to have fun. They
we're
want to
getting away
celebrate
with
with
it.
us.
They're a favourite of mine because I was the person who created the burrow behaviours.
Amazing.
So to have some more burrowing animals has been great. And of course, the live stream curse now that I'm here.
Now that they're here, they don't
They don't want to use your burrow that you worked so hard on.
But that's just so cute. They're like the armoured shell. They can protect themselves, but it doesn't stop me wanting to protect them as well.
Oh, of course, of course.
You've been sat on that line.
And their little like furry underbellies are super cute as well.
Yeah,
the
you can just see the
detail
tufts
is
of
really
fluff
good,
there.
and the textures on their armor is.
I mean, we have to.
They just always
super
look so
detailed.
busy as well. Like as they're just pottering around, it's just like they've already got.
Well, this
something
one's
to be
having a
doing.
little rest.
This one's having a rest.
Yeah.
The rest of them are just like.
they're just scurrying along with their little feet. Yeah, they look absolutely
so
amazing.
I'm worried I'll repeat this over and over, but we have to just give a massive props to our character team. They
Of
just
course, definitely.
every animal just wonderful, and
they do an amazing job on all of them, and it must be so exhilarating to see all the work you've done kind of live in the
it's
the
so
environment.
exciting when all the animals are coming in and you
When
get
it all
to
comes together
Yeah.
at the
see
end.
them hop into the zoo and
It's always like a rush towards the end of just like all these animals suddenly get to the quality they get to, and just.
And you can shout about them as well. Like for so long, we have to kind of keep them in quiet. But then when it finally releases, we can talk to our community about it all, and then you see all the reactions of how much they love it, and I think it's such a great feeling.
yeah, we're so glad that you guys seem to love the armadillos as much as us. Like it's been so fun to work on them and to see them in the game now. It's just it's great.
Yeah, and Animal Fact is on. So if you do !animal fact in chat on Twitch chat, you can actually bring up some animal facts. So it should be working. Hopefully, if not, we will get our trusty Adam to have a look at that quickly. But yeah, it should be there, and it should have some animal facts of the new animals that were released today as well. So take a look at that. But yeah, I think the armadillos are personally my favorite. I just like the way they scurry, and I also really like animals with short legs. I don't know what it is.
Stubby
They
legs
kind of
is always like an extra cute factor.
Yeah, they're a little bit squat, and they kind of are close to the ground, and I don't know, I just really like short-legged animals. So yeah, I'm really happy to see them.
You do know one of the species we've got coming up, right?
It's fine. I'll replace the bias for that. So.
But yeah, everyone loves learning about the animals. Test Kingdom, yeah, do !animal fact, and you can learn a little bit about the animals. And also, in the game, we also have some cool Zoopedia facts that you can check out, which is like kind of fun facts that the devs always include about each of the animals, which you can also learn. So that's really cool, and all their habitat and their like mating and things like that. So we have a lot of. Oh, it's going in!
Is it
it's
time?
doing it! Yay!
It is time.
It's burrowing!
You get to get it.
Oh, excited. I'm so glad. Oh, it's having a little sleep. But yeah, oh, there's more coming.
They're all going
Is that
for
the
a little
baby
nap.
ones?
It might be.
Yeah, it's burrowing
Super
time.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah, it's so sweet. I love them a lot. I hope everyone in chat is also enjoying these lovely little armadillos. We do love them. There's also a new kind of thing they do in Planet Zoo, which is they like preen and kind of sniff differently, I think, as well. So that will be really sweet.
Yeah, our animation team again making beautiful animations for them. And
we're excited to have everyone when they put them in their zoo and get all the lovely pictures and screenshots, because that's always what I really enjoy seeing. Yeah,
that's what I love. We hope these inspire you for your new builds, like seeing the habitat builds you guys make.
Zero Style says, this looks warmer than my house. Yeah,
that's feeling that.
I mean, England right now is kind of pretty much covered in snow, so yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's houses are a little bit more colder than usual, unless you want to put the heating up. But yeah,
we've come out with a hotter pack to offset
the
cold
yeah.
that we're feeling.
Yeah.
This is a southern hemisphere.
Yeah. We want to let you feel the warmth, you know, a little bit during this time. Yeah, the little legs are so super cute. Yeah, I think a lot of people think that armadillos are a lot bigger, almost like the aardvark, but they are quite small, so it's really amazing to see. Yeah, should we move on to see maybe another animal?
Yeah,
let's go for it.
Maybe the caracal, which I know someone's really fond of.
I mean,
so actually, like for me, big cats usually win in all of these packs. They always are the winner, but this time my favourite is going to someone else. But
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I know. So I'll let you have the floppy ears.
Oh yeah, the floppy ears, yeah. So
but it is their best feature for sure.
Yeah.
It's just so cute.
They also do that, you know, signature flopping animation to their ears while they're walking around, and I think a lot of people have been like, I think most of the community call them like flopper, because they're always flopping their ears. But it's really cool because I didn't know, but actually they have around like 20 muscles in just their ears. Ooh. Which is why they are constantly like moving about.
Yeah, they're just wiggling.
It's so impressive, right there.
Yeah, it's like, just the hair tufts as well just gives them so much more life to
lots of character. It makes them like definitely look unique, and you can see them kind of flopping their ears and whilst they're walking around.
Their hearing is absolutely incredible. I mean, no wonder, because I mean,
and they're just like constantly up in the air, and they swivel around as well. So yeah, it's really cool. And they're doing the climbing animation.
There you go.
Up there.
Yeah, I think this one, the caracal, was definitely a highly requested species from the community. So we're really happy to have them. And we've got some little baby ones. Their ears are quite big for their head, aren't they?
Yeah,
definitely. Surprisingly.
I just love how scrumbly they always look. The babies of cats like this.
Yeah. Oh, they look adorable. Oh.
Too cute.
They look super playful as well.
That's the cat. Just so cute, so cute. And I did a little bit of research on them just because there are a few animals sometimes where you get the names and you go, now I think it's Caracal. Yeah. But let me just check a few times.
I had to do that as well.
But it turns out that they are called that because, not to steal any animal facts you might have. Yeah.
Jumping in, they're fully loaded.
They're called Caracal facts because Caracal translates to, I believe it's in Turkish, I'm not 100% sure on that, but it translates to black-eared cat.
Yeah.
Which is quite straightforward.
It's very direct.
Very straightforward name for them, yeah. I feel like that just happens.
But it does make sense because, I mean, it's the first thing you notice, right? Yeah. It's the cat and ears as well.
Yeah. They are so adorable. I really like their ears for sure. And I think a lot of people in chat really like the little floppy ears and their playful eyes.
Having a little tussle.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, I'm Lydia. I'm hosting the stream today, and we have some lovely guests on here. From Dev, not Dev, from Dev.
Dev and Dev, actually.
Dev 1, Dev 2, no. This is Dave, and we have James, and James is driving our lovely build today, showcasing all the lovely animals that have come in the Grasslands Animal Pack, which if you haven't picked up already, go get it and make some lovely habitats for them and definitely showcase them in the workshop, because we love seeing all your builds, and I'm sure Dev also really loved seeing all the builds and the creativity that comes from the community, which has been insane. Like, you guys are a very talented bunch, I must admit.
It's so inspiring. Like, I mean, we'll talk later about the diorama feature, which was started by Rudy, and that's now its own feature. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. We're really passionate about it.
Super amazing to see. But yeah, that is the Caracal. Maybe we should have a look at something else.
Yeah, zooming back out, we've got the whole selection.
Ooh, probably the maned wolf this time.
Wolf, well here we go. This is my thing.
There we go. Now we have free reign to gush about your lovely maned wolves.
I love these big leggy boys. They're just so cute. So it's like, the cats normally always get my attention, but like these maned wolves are they're just adorable. Like, what are they? They're just stood up on these huge legs.
Yeah,
what are they doing?
It's crazy how long-limbed they are as well, which is, it just kind of, they look so majestic because of how, upright they stand.
Yeah.
They have a really good posture.
Everyone.
Yeah, they have really good postures, and they have like a dark kind of exterior about them, but they just look really great. Daniela, my absolute favorite, says the maned wolves are the best. So we got another maned wolf fan
another one
here.
for the vote for the pack.
Yep.
Just enjoying the water.
They look amazing.
To say, like, most of them were asleep over here a second ago. Yeah.
They're having a little afternoon nap. They're beautiful.
Even when they're napping, though, you see those legs there on full display.
They have to fold them up so much.
EQJ says maned wolf power stance. Yeah, they do have a very powerful stance, and you can see the coat colors are slightly different as well between some of them.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Some of them are like darker and some are lighter.
Lovely bit of variation.
Yeah, looks great. Long leggy. Yeah, they're definitely long leg. Yeah, they look amazing.
Yeah, it's like a very mix of a fox and a wolf, but not quite.
Yeah.
I love to see animals from South America as well. It's really nice seeing these guys. I believe they've got a, is it interspecies with the capybara? So you can have them in a habitat together and they'll
they're just
gel
so
off
chill
each
together.
other really well.
Ooh.
It's surprising. I wouldn't have think they would have gelled well together from like an outlook.
I think they're a bit intimidating. They're a little scared. They've got the intimidation stance, but the capybara's kind of chill. The capybara doesn't mind, I think.
They don't mind.
That's cool. That's really cool. I like that.
The capybara can sit in the back while this one goes and shows off.
They're just
to
having their spa day while the wolves just walk around majestically. Yeah, the capybaras. They are adorable as well.
They've got the lovely big ears as well, to be honest. But
so you're saying this one is your personal favourite?
This is my pack favourite for this one, but it's always hard to choose, but you always tend to get drawn to one, right? So.
I think their ears look amazing as well. They're quite large as well, so they look really cool.
Do a lot of those canine habits with the ears as well, throwing them down and stuff.
They're long leg boys, they are. Yeah, capybara and giant anteater and maned wolf get bonuses from each other. Yeah, that's really cool.
The whole South American get, well, not the whole South American gang, but like.
So when you both were kind of working on this pack, what sort of research did you guys do for this? Anything particular?
Yeah, mostly it's Killian, our designer, is our main animal researcher who comes out with like the numbers and the facts and the well-being information, that kind of stuff. But we always have a big conversation afterwards.
He's a very big expert on these animals. I always message him and be like, is this right? And then he's like, yes or no. Or like,
super fact checker.
Yeah,
he's great. We've got contacts at Shepref Zoo, San Diego Zoo as well. We're always talking to them, just making sure that everything is as accurate as we can possibly make it. And we're obviously looking at online references as well, seeing which animals do well in zoos and how they behave and all of that stuff. I
think that's one of the things about Planet Zoo is that you know, the team works so hard to try to get things as accurate as possible so that it's, you know, the most realistic kind of environment for everyone to play with. So
you got to make those
really
legs
cool.
exactly the right
exactly the
just
length.
the right
We
amount
could
of
have gone
leg.
longer, but it wasn't accurate, so we had to.
Yeah, I think if you went
No
longer,
leggy slider to just
I think that if you made them a bit longer, I think the community would have noticed, and then they would have had a word. They would have had a word with Dev and being like, "Was Dev okay that day? What happened to these long leg boys? They got really long." Yeah, so I think it would be. They would have had something to say, I'm sure.
splice them with the
2
giraffe,
meter
you know.
legs. It's basically a giraffe in reverse already. So like they've got all the length in the legs rather than the neck.
So how was it kind of working? Was there anything different that you guys had to do to work on this particular pack compared to the other ones, or was it kind of a similar process that you guys usually work through?
Like we've been doing quite a lot of packs now at this point, so it's like we've got a very good flow at least, which makes, you know, development is, you know, more chill than it was when we first released the game, which was, you know, like there's a lot of hecticness to getting every animal at the same level. But no, like every pack we do, we've always got like new things, new ideas in mind, new features that we want to slip in, that kind of stuff.
We love adding unique behaviours to our animals, and like especially, you know, with something like the main wolf, we do have wolves who we can sort of base off some existing stuff from the existing wolves and add that to the main wolf, and then we can add new stuff on top of that. So that's really awesome to see.
So you kind of just learn as well, like with each pack, kind of where you can make things like, you know, improve things and make things or like streamline the whole process. You guys kind of have that down now because of all the things you've been working on.
Yeah, it's just like the experience always accumulates over time. So
and it's always nice to get a little bit more specific with it. Like we can say, oh, this one species does this one specific thing, and can we make that happen? And
it's like we can make time for things.
Yeah, we're able to do that, and it's great.
I think it's great when you have that kind of workflow. You can just kind of go through things a little bit more easily, and then when you get it produced, it's like, that was a lot more streamlined than before. So it's great that these processes are working, and you guys have, you know, brought an amazing pack. Obviously the community are so excited, and all these animals that have come in, love them so much.
We know you guys like the smaller details about the animals and all their little quirks, so we try and get as many of them in as we can. And that's
a lot of the specific quirks for a lot of animals are implemented into the game, which are really cool, like some of their behaviors and, you know, the way they kind of, you know, interact with, you know, each other and things like that. Because I think there's like with the way the Caracal's ears flop, that's quite unique to them. And then the way armadillos like preen themselves, that's also unique to the armadillos, which you guys have implemented as well, which is really cool. But actually, with the maned wolf, which is something really cool, Elle from the community team, who is in chat, they actually went to visit our lovely friends at Shepherd Wildlife Park, which we always go to them to, you know, get some animal facts and, you know, learn about them, and also meet some of the animals that, you know, are in the pack. And we had the amazing opportunity to go visit them and actually meet the main wolf. So we actually was able to have like a lovely keeper talk with them, with the main wolf, that we want to showcase to you today, which will also be available on YouTube after if you miss it, so you can watch it again and again and again if you want. But yeah, so Shepherd Wildlife Park, the friends from there, we wanted to have them on the stream again, but they actually had their Christmas party today, so they couldn't make it. But they've been here before, and I know you guys really enjoy having them. But yeah, should we have a look at one of the keeper talks today?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another Planet Zoo educational experience. I'm Eltan Kassiani, and I'm here again at Shepherd Wildlife Park to learn a little bit about one of the animals coming to you in the Grassland Animal Pack, the maned wolf. I'm here again with TK.
Hello.
You might remember we had him before in the Meerkat Talk. Are you excited to be back again?
I am excited to be back. Thank you for having me back.
Of course, it's wonderful to have you again. We're excited to learn all about them. And today you're here to tell us a little bit about the maned wolf.
I am here to tell you about the maned wolves. So the maned wolves are a really interesting species. Now, a lot of you at home may have never seen one before. A lot of you at home may not have ever heard of one before, but they are a really cool animal. So they are a type of dog, or a type of canine. So they're part of the canid family. They come from South America. So they're called maned wolves. They're not wolves. They look quite a lot like foxes. They're not foxes. They are sort of on their own. They're an outlier. So they're part of the genus Caracal, and they are the sole species in this genus. So they're really unique. And whilst they are related to dogs and wolves, being in the canid family, there's no other real relation there. They're not too closely related to them.
So not to question your Latin or anything, but what is that translates to?
That actually translates to golden dog.
Oh, look at you. You do know your Latin.
So my Latin is very brushed up. So whilst we're out here now, we're mainly out here because they're quite a timid species, but we are able to go in with them. Now, there's a few things we have to do when we go in with these guys. We have to be really, really extra careful, and we go in on a buddy system. So you'd never go in on your own, because, of course, if one of these guys came at you, you'd need someone there to help. And the most important part about going in with these guys is knowing their body language. You need to really know a lot about them and how they act. So they're super timid. Even though they are a predatory species, they're a really timid species. They're quite fearful of humans, and they'd rather just stay out your way. So when we go inside with them, we'll go to one area, make sure that they've got an area they can leave so they don't have to get too close to us. And they've always got sort of an escape from us. Now, whilst they are a predatory species, these guys are actually omnivores. So we do feed them a lot of meat. They have a lot of meat here, but they also have a lot of veg. Now, our particular guys here, they're not too into the veg or the fruit, but in the wild, the fruit actually makes up quite a lot of their diet. So they're found predominantly through a lot of Southern America. So you'd find maned wolves mostly in sort of grassland areas. They excel really well in large, flat, open spaces with maybe some bushes to hide behind and lots of sort of grasses. And that's the reason why they got these really long legs. It's to look over this sort of savanna-like area, if you will, and they're able to see really far off in the distance to find the sort of prey that they'd be looking for. And the way that they like to hunt for their food, they're really good at digging, the dogs. So they're really good at digging. And what they tend to do is they sort of bounce. They'll bounce like this. A bit like in the same way birds, when they tap their feet to get worms to come out, they think it's raining. They'll bounce like this, and this causes the prey to get scared and run out, and then they can catch it. We do feed them the general sort of food that you would feed to carnivores in zoos. So we feed them things like chickens, rabbits, rats, mice, fish. They eat a lot of fish in the wild as well as they do here. And then being omnivores, we're able to give them a lot of different things, which is really enriching for them. One of the main reasons for these guys becoming more threatened is deforestation. So they're losing their habitat, and they've got less places to roam, less places to hunt, and of course that causes a lot more deaths in the wild.
Something we like to highlight here a lot at Planet Zoo, obviously we had the Planet Zoo Conservation Pack focusing on this specifically, and with all of our animals, and it is something that we like to speak about. So it's great to see that we are, again, with the Planet Zoo Grasslands Animal Pack, highlighting an animal that this is so important for.
So we here actually at Shepworth, we have played quite a big part in that because we've had 2 puppies.
Really?
So we have had 2 maned wolf puppies. They were born just before New Year last year, so in 2021. So when babies are born, they come out, they're little puppies, and they're black, completely black. And this is to keep them hidden, because obviously if they were walking around with this bright orange coat, they'd be very easy for predators to find.
A little bit distinct.
So when they're born, they're really tiny. They look a little bit like bears even. So they've got this lovely black coat, these cute little doggy faces. And then after a few months, they start to get a lot bigger, their legs start to grow, and they become the maned wolves that we can see here today.
They are quite tall. They look a little bit like if somebody took a photo of a red fox and put it in Photoshop and just
stretch those legs out, definitely.
It's been wonderful to have you, so thank you. We have been here today at Shepworth Wildlife Park. You can learn all about them guys and the wonderful work that TK and everyone else is doing. If you check out the links in the description below, and you can also get the link for more information on the Grasslands Animal Pack coming to Planet Zoo with the maned wolves and so many other species that you can learn all about. It's going to be really exciting. So thank you for joining us for another fun time learning all about animals here with Planet Zoo.
And that was one of our maned wolf keeper talks. I hope you guys in chat learned something new. I definitely do every time we have one of these keeper talks. Did you guys learn something new whilst you're watching?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we always learn something really cool. And I'm so jealous of Elle for being able to meet them. And thank you, as always, and shout outs to our lovely friends at Shepworth Wildlife Parks for always being up for letting us come over and visit them and showing us all their animals, and yeah, for just being wonderful hosts when we go
just
visit
becoming
them.
best mates with them now.
I know, we literally are. I think we heckle
over each
them
other's all the time.
Yeah, we heckle them a lot, don't we? Where we're like, help us, we want to learn, we want to meet your animals, and then they're just lovely hosts.
We've got them on speed dial.
Yeah, we do. They're a bunch of wonderful people, and also if you would like to go meet, they do have like animal experiences as well, so you can meet some like capybaras and things like that, which we had on our wetland stream before. So yeah, definitely check out Shepworth Wildlife Park. I'm sure there'll be some links in the chat, hopefully, with their website, and you can go and check them out because they're always open to having you guys, and especially people who love animals, to visit them. But yeah, so that was the main wolf. I think we have obviously a few more animals because there's a lot of animals in this one.
In the animal pack.
Yeah, in the animal pack. So I wonder if chat would want to choose between an emu or the striped hyena, which one they'd like to visit next. You guys have a choice of either one. So
bouncing around,
yeah,
bouncing around.
we'll let chat catch up with everything that we're saying, and we've got hyena, emu. Well, it seems like emu's kind of winning.
Big emu fans in chat.
Yeah, emu. Someone said wallaby. That was not a choice. Not yet.
Not yet.
But yeah.
We're saving it.
We already had Armadillo Frontier Developments trolling us. I think emu kind of wins, so shall we go check out the emus for now? Yeah, I hope they're running around. They're not running around.
Just having a swim.
They're having a swim. Oh, I see someone running. Oh, I see them running.
Lots of running around.
And we got a little baby one running as well.
This, I think, is my favourite run animation in the game.
Oh, it is.
Same.
So good.
So silly. It was so good.
They run just like, I don't know why, but it just makes me laugh when they run so
I
much.
suppose it's just like the lack of,
Arms.
upper limbs. Yeah, it's just like for us, it looks
well,
so
like
Yeah.
a proper
speed.
streamlined charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Elle is also a really big fan of their running, and they're like, "Nyum," they're just kind of speeding past everyone. Yeah, I love them. They're like, I think they're the second largest bird in the bird species, so it's really good to have them. And look at the little babies swimming. Oh, that's so sweet. I
know this
love
one's
them.
been long sought after by the community as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice having them and their
and I know,
cousins, the cassowaries.
Yeah.
Together.
And I know everyone in the I think it's Australia they are.
Yeah,
They're native too. I know everyone, lots of our community from Australia are super happy to have more of their regional diversity for these animals. So it's been really, really great to see you guys get hyped for that, because I know every time we release something from kind of Australia, we get a lot of fans being like, yay, we've got animals from Australia, we're so happy. So yeah, and Australia does have quite a lot of unique species.
A lot of diversity.
We love the Australian animals, because as usual, it's bizarre looking at the Australian animals, like the facts you find about them. And there's some stuff in the Zoopedia. Australia and the emus have some history, but I mean, you can look in the Zoopedia for that yourself.
Yeah.
Find the details of that.
Get into the game and then find your fun facts in there. But yeah, I love the way their coats completely change as they grow as well, because the babies have a lot of like stripes on their coats.
Such a nice pattern as well.
Yeah, and then they kind of grow out of their stripiness, and then they get that different sheen.
It just looks, especially after this one's just been for a swim, so smooth.
Yeah, very like pristine looking. They got that shiny coat there. I love the stripes too. Cute, honey. They look.
The baby doesn't
look
nice.
Oh, are they going to go for the disco ball?
Oh, they might.
Hanging around.
No. Just kind of sauntering on.
The disco ball is a group favourite here. We're hoping for
it. So they do actually play with the disco ball enrichment items. So if you put it in your habitat, they should play with it. And I think they were playing with it in the trailer as well. So Yeah, super sweet.
They're a little too party fevered out at the minute.
Yeah, I think they're just having a little stroll, and I think
they've gone to investigate the guests, having a look at them.
Yeah, there's loads of guests there, so it's really cool. I really like that.
That run is just spot on every time.
I think it's because the babies also have a really like sharp bottom.
Yeah.
Because like the mother emus, they have like a bit of fur at the back, but the babies just have a little bit of a point. So, they get so excited about it. Yeah, they do. They get excited about the disco ball enrichment animation. So that's really cool. And they stick their heads out, when they run. They have to get that max velocity, don't they?
Yeah, it's Naruto running.
It's like when you have an anime run, it's really...
They look so good. Yeah, that's the emu. I hope everyone enjoys them. I know everyone is very fond of their running. I know the adult ones aren't running, but it's the little babies. But yeah, I'm already in love. I'm so glad you love the emus. They look really great. And I hope to see lots of... Their eyes are very unique too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
very distinctive eyes. Look so good.
It's great, and it's, as we said already, lovely to have Australian animals in the game.
Yeah.
And we got some more coming up, I think, at some point. Not that I'm biased towards them or anything. We'll get there.
I'm holding you back on one of the ones that you really want to see, because I'm like trying to make it last as long as I can. But yeah, the next one we want to see is obviously not going to be one that you want to see, but the striped hyena.
I still like the striped hyena.
Shall we have a look at the striped hyena?
Let's roll over here.
Lovely.
So yeah,
these ones
their coat is absolutely amazing. Like the fur.
They've got such a nice character as well. Are you a punk rock fan, Lydia, by any chance?
I used to be into like Japanese punk rock. Yeah.
Did you ever have a big Mohican?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't go that far.
Well,
I didn't go that far.
These hyenas, they do. So when a hyena gets it can get stressed, it can get nervous when it's starting a fight. We found during our research that their hair on their back sticks up in this basically a Mohican.
Cool.
And it just looked really cool, so we wanted to get that in. So we've tied that into the stress behaviour. So when your hyenas are stressed, you'll be able to see the hair on their back stick up. These hyenas are very relaxed. They're not like a super shy species or anything. They're not going to get too stressed, but when they do, you'll be able to see it. Their hair will stick up on end.
I think when they're fighting as well, it can happen as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's such a cool behaviour. We wanted to make sure that was in.
Yeah, and I think the team did an amazing job on the textures of their coat and the fur on them as well. So
yeah, we'll give another massive shout out to the character team. Just stunning.
You can see on the juvenile it's only just growing in now. Lovely mane, but
they look really cute. And their ears, just having a little nap.
Just a little nap.
Yeah. Do they like being not too many of them in one habitat, right?
So yeah, I think that is one of the surprising things about striped hyenas is that bachelor sizes are still quite large, but like non-bachelor groups tend to be quite small until the children grow up. I can probably pull it up on the Zoopedia right now if the text is readable. But yeah,
it's
just like
they're quite solitarily. Solitarily.
It's like they like to be in packs when they're in bachelors, but otherwise they start a small family with many kids.
Having many kids and then expand their family completely. Yeah.
It's nice to see sort of that other side to them. I think in a lot of media, games and video, like TV, the hyenas sort of get portrayed as very sneaky and mischievous, and I'm mainly thinking of The Lion King here, but they do have these sort of other side to them where they are relatively relaxed. They've got like a small family unit, and it's nice to sort of see that side to them in the game.
Yeah. Oh, they look really sweet.
So the parents are just flat out and still running around.
The kids can
the kid
go
wants to
play with the
but
enrichments.
no one's awake to play with him.
Aww.
He's just wandering around, being curious.
Giving up, joining them.
He's joining them as well. Oh, no, he's come back up
I still
again.
want to play.
Decisions.
Yeah, they look very sweet, and
Just adorable.
yeah, they're quite interesting animals as well. They're quite like natural scavengers, I think, as well. So they like to explore and also just find lots of things around them.
This one's chasing after their sibling now.
Yeah.
Got someone to play with. at least.
Play.
Yeah. Oh, it's all alone again.
I think
it's a lovely habitat for hide and seek.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Running around the
You do an
corner.
amazing job with all the enrichment items and all the grass. It looks like you gave them a very, very lovely home. Yeah, they look really great.
Well, one of the parents is left, but I didn't see where.
Why did they go?
I think to go have a nap further out.
Go somewhere else.
They keep
kids were
getting bothered, by the kids. They're like, oh, I can't sleep with these kids running around. They want some peace and quiet for once.
Super cute.
That one looks proper knocked out though. I think he was tired.
That's the mum. Yep. Aww.
She's just having a little rest. It's hard life keeping puppies, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
These guys running around like mad.
She's got the attitude of a hyena that puts up with this on the regular.
Yeah. All right, shall we move on to one of our, I know one you've been constantly waiting for and wanting to see and talking about.
Your time
and
again.
can you tell I'm trying to prolong it as much as I can? Yeah, we've got the, you want to say which one you want?
Well, it's the best animal in existence. I'd say maybe
A little bit biased there.
Wallaby.
Yeah.
You know, what if you took a kangaroo and you made it small, you made it chunky, you made it great, you made it just the best thing ever, and then it hopped around like this. It's so energetic. Kangaroos, they're not.
The enthusiasm is just so strong.
That was an amazing introduction to our redneck wallaby by Dave. Thank you so much. I love the enthusiasm, and obviously working, on these animals, if you love them so much, you just have so much joy and happiness working on them, and we can definitely tell with
I'm not saying they're just better kangaroos, but I am heavily implying that they're just.
Ooh, controversial.
They're just
controversial. I mean, Old Country is saying the better kangaroo.
Thank
so
you,
there
Old
is
Country.
someone
Thank
who,
you.
and Farmtastic is like, definitely not biased description at all. I think it's a little biased. But yeah, their little jumps are so amazing.
It's perfect, and they're a walk-through animal as well. So it's not realistic that they would come up and give you a hug while you were going to see them. But there is that possibility there.
You're always hanging on, hoping.
It could happen in a crazy world, and that's what makes them so magical.
I would find them so intimidating to go near, because all I can imagine is them boxing me.
Well, they're really small as well.
I know, but I don't know if I could take them on, even though they're small.
They still have very strong legs. That's definitely the case.
Yeah. They would just look at their strong legs. I mean, they hop around.
So I mean,
they must have strong legs to kick you.
Yeah, and they're carrying babies in their pouches as well. Let's not forget their marsupials. They're strong, they're cool, they're perfect, and there's a zoo.
Every positive adjective you could ever find is part of them.
There's a zoo near me where they have redneck wallabies and a couple of albinos as well.
Ooh, amazing.
We don't have albinos in this habitat, but they're there somewhere.
You might be able to breed yourself one.
Going and seeing some real-life albino wallabies, the mum is just a regular colourmorph, and then you just see the albino just pop out of the pouch and have a look around.
Cool.
That's adorable.
It's the best.
It must be really interesting to see that kind of variation.
It's
suddenly
so cool.
you expect it to kind of look like the mum, and then it comes out and it's completely different.
It's totally amazing, and just and they're not show-offs, but they're.
It's like just then that stoic pose.
Yeah.
I've never had like, you know, sometimes you go to the zoo and the animal is just sleeping, and that's, you know, that's perfectly fine. That's what the animal wants to do. Yeah. Wallabies, they're always out and about. As far as I've been on the multiple times I've been to see wallabies.
So how many times is that?
3 recently,
Oh,
within the last
recently?
year,
Oh, wow.
at least.
Just one
So,
year.
yeah.
Oof.
I do a thing where I go to the zoo. I'm actually curious if people in chat do this as well, where certainly for me as a developer of Planet Zoo, I end up going to the zoo and I go see the species and I go, oh, that one's in the game. Oh, I know that one. Oh, that's a friend. I don't it might not be the same for people who play the game, but I certainly feel like it's not quite got to the point where I'm like picking out individual scenery pieces in a real life zoo. But we're getting there.
I mean, I'm getting to the point where, like, I went to Berlin in the summer and I literally would spend so much time taking pictures that I was like, oh, I'm taking pictures of nice animals, but then I'm like, oh, actually, what about this? What about this? Just looking how they've set up theirs.
That is the life of a game developer, it
You can't
seems,
turn it off,
especially
that's
on
the thing.
a one that's about animals. So.
You go and you think you have such a grasp of it when you go, oh, nice to see the enrichment in that habitat. They'll be getting a bonus off of that.
Yeah, and they're together with these species, they'll get a nice in-game bonus on that as well. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, so lots of people have. Oh, there's someone who actually works with the redneck wallaby on a daily basis.
Jealous. I'm very jealous.
It's class Mammalia. They said love working with these IRL. So yeah, you've made one of our.
Are they
very
as cuddly
jealous.
as they appear?
Yeah, we do want to know that.
This is the thing. They probably smell a bit, I imagine, up close.
I mean, it'll all be worth it, right? to get that
joy of
home.
the game where you just get the cute and nothing but the cute.
Yeah. But yeah, Peter Arcio said, I'm going to go see the animals in my own game now. So I'm glad we got you excited for the animals, because I know that happens to me, you know, when you see all them cute animals, you want to see the ones for yourself in your own zoo. So super glad to hear everyone is having a great time with the new animals. And we've got another fun thing for you guys, which is another keeper talk. We actually went and, well, I didn't personally meet them sadly, but Elle again went to Shepherd Wildlife Park in that same time period, and they went to meet the redneck wallaby.
So jealous.
Yeah,
so jealous.
I'm definitely going to have to call Shepherd Wildlife Park and be like,
can you please do it again, Dave?
Yeah, I think we need to reshoot
can
all
I just
of this
come
again
and
with me.
see all the animals that Elle has seen? Just as a little, you know, favour there, yeah. But yeah, the friends at Shepherd Wildlife Park obviously let us meet the redneck wallabies. So we have another keeper talk on that. So yeah, let's watch it together, shall we?
Hello everybody and welcome to another Planet Zoo educational experience. I'm Elle Tannen and I'm one of the community managers here working on Planet Zoo for Frontier, and I'm here again at Shepherd Wildlife Park with my good friend Eve. Thank you for joining me again.
G'day, nice to be here.
Loving the accent.
Yeah, crikey.
Very
Streets, mate.
thematic, which might be giving you an idea of who we're here to learn about. We're here to learn about the Bennett's Wallaby coming in the Planet Zoo Grasslands Animal Pack.
So these particular species, this is the Bennett's wallaby, as you said before. They're also known as the rufous wallaby or the red-necked wallaby because there's sort of a bit of an orangey colour to the back of their necks.
This is actually one that I don't know a huge amount about, so I'm really excited to learn from you.
Well, that's great. I've got a fair bit to tell you because this is a really unusual animal. All Australian animals are very unusual, and probably the most unusual thing about them is they are marsupials. So mammals usually raise their baby inside their womb. They have a placenta, and the placenta feeds the baby. These guys don't, though. These guys, the egg becomes fertilized, and what happens is the embryo eats that egg, and once the egg is gone, once all the yolk is gone, that baby has to be born. It's got no other way of getting nutrients because there's no placenta. So what it does is These guys, 28 days after fertilization, that little baby's coming out. It looks about the size of a jelly bean. It's pink, has no fur, has almost no distinguishing features except front legs. And those front legs are really important because that's how it gets into the pouch, which is where it's going to do the rest of its development. So it's a really, really unusual way of having babies.
Not half. That's also incredible upper body strength for a 28-day-year-old.
Yes, indeed. It's pretty incredible. So the rest of the development happens inside the pouch, and around about 4 or 5 months old, starts to develop fur, head starts to stick out for the first time, and then another month or so later, out they go. They can start exploring, but they'll still come back, jump inside mum's pouch and have another drink of milk. These guys also have some cool biology in terms of their feet. So you were saying before you love how they've got little hands up the top.
I'm weak for any animal that has weirdly little human hands that they can like grab.
So they've got these lovely little grasping hands, but they're sort of almost T-Rex shaped in that the arms are really short and not great at reaching too far. But that's because they have such power in their hind legs. So their hind legs, they're called macropods, macro meaning massive or huge, and pod meaning foot. So giant foot is what these guys are. Same as kangaroos, same as smaller little wallaby type things like pandymelons, all of these sorts of animals. But wallabies and kangaroos, very, very similar. The only difference is there's 4 species of kangaroo. They're much bigger. They can grow up to about 2 meters. They can weigh up to about 90 kilos. Wallabies can only grow to about 1 meter tall and weigh up to about 20 kilos. Otherwise, kangaroos and wallabies, much the same thing, both known by the general name macropod. Now that macropod, that giant foot, has an incredible physics ability to it in that it's got an elastic tendon, but it's a bit like a spring. So when you push a spring down, you're giving it the energy that it will need to bounce back up. And that's what happens with them when they're running. So as they're hopping, each time they hop downwards, that's actually imparting energy to spring them back up and forward, which is a very unusual way to move as well. So pretty incredible.
Everybody's getting a physics lesson today too.
There you go.
You get extra education.
And finally, the other really cool thing about them is the tail. There are some theories that this is actually the only, depending on the way you look at it, the only 3-legged animal in the world, or the only 5-legged animal in the world. When they're bouncing, that tail does come down and touch the ground, so it's almost as if it's another leg. And when they're walking, they go hands, feet, tail, hands, feet, tail. So they're actually almost quintrupeds.
So I believe that your Bennett's wallabies are in an Australian exhibit and you guys have some foliage and stuff that's suitable for them?
That's right. So we have a few different species of eucalyptus tree growing in here. Eucalyptus is one of the most famous Australian species, but we've also grown it in here because they like to eat the bark off it. In fact, we've had to put fencing and meshing around the bottom of the trees so that they don't eat all the bark and kill the eucalyptus. We cut down foliage for them every so often and bark, and they love to eat that. There's some good nutrition in bark.
Have they got quite strong little hands then to be able to rip the bark off?
It's more with their teeth. They've got strong little teeth, so you definitely wouldn't want to be bitten by one.
Thank you so much for joining all of us today. We have been here at Shepparth Wildlife Park learning a little bit about the Bennett's wallaby, which is coming in the Grasslands Animal Pack. I've been joined today by Eve here at Shepparth. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're most welcome.
For having me back again. I always love my time here. If you want to find out more about the Grasslands Animal Pack, please do check out in the description below. You'll be able to find Steam links and everything you need to know. And of course the links for Shepparth Wildlife Park, so you can go over and help support these guys and all the wonderful work they do. Until next time, thanks for joining us for another Planet Zoo educational experience.
And that was the redneck wallaby. We saw Dave kind of getting hyped while we were watching.
That was the proof. Yeah. I mean, if you guys don't believe it now.
Your pear-shaped friend.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh.
Yeah, I saw someone in chat said they're like pear-shaped and they're quite chunky. From what you can see, they looked a lot more chunkier than I expected. So
they're really chunky.
Yeah, shout outs to Elle and Shepparth Wildlife Park, our friends over there, for filming this lovely keeper talk for us. It's been really great to learn more. And these will also be on YouTube so that you can rewatch them if you'd like to, if you missed anything. And for anyone who's just joined us, my name is Lydia. I'm from the community team here at Frontier, and we're here today to celebrate the launch of the Grasslands Animal Pack. I know a lot of you guys have already started playing and are excited about the pack and have been sharing some of the amazing screenshots, and we've seen a lot of influencers as well playing it and showcasing all the lovely animals, and we're here today to showcase a lot of them as well. Pretty much all of them, not a lot of them. And we've gone through quite a few already, and we just looked at the red-necked wallaby, which was one of Dave's favorite.
Ready for it?
And
the chunkiest toys. I've now got to, I've backed myself into a corner because I now have, like, I do love these next animals, but the wallabies are so good.
Yeah, and it's really interesting when we were watching the keeper talks, we literally just saw them kind of chewing on leaves the whole time. They were just like sitting there chewing, and actually it's really interesting because 90% of their diet is actually just leaves and grass, so that's really cool.
Gotta be eating a lot.
They're vegetarians as well.
Yeah.
Just even better. Even better.
But yeah, so I think we have one more animal to go over.
One more habitat species. Yeah. I'll fly
we've
right
got
in.
the blue wildebeest.
The interspecies king.
Yeah.
These interact with so many of our other species, boost them up.
Really?
They're just chill with pretty much everything, right?
Yeah.
Pick an African animal, maybe not like a lion or something.
Maybe not a predator.
Maybe not the predator.
But they'll probably get on with them.
Yeah, oh wow, that's so cool. And I think they're usually, when they are in the wild, they usually are in, you know, herds, and they keep in herds, don't they, so that they can protect themselves from any threat. They are like bigger in numbers, I guess, so that's really cool.
And they have a whole migration, they travel so far. Yeah. Probably not within the confines of a zoo.
Yeah.
They'll certainly get their steps in, I think.
But they
another shout out to the character team on this, just because of how detailed it is, and the fur and the face.
And the way the tail moves and the way their ears kind of flicker, just like there's small little animations that, you know, bring these animals to life. It's actually so amazing. And it's just having a little swim.
Just forward-facing wildebeest.
I find it so cool when there's animals like this which have like their eyes so far apart from each other, like how they even like see straight.
How wide they can see.
Yeah, because
helps them search for predators.
Yeah, so they kind of move their eyes like so they can see, you know, all sides of themselves. Whereas for us, we kind of just have them in the front, and we have to turn our whole bodies to like see things like from side to side. So it's really cool to see these animals and the different ways they look. Yeah, they look very, very calm.
They're stoic. Animal. We can see one in the back doing the grazing behaviour. That's something that's been introduced reasonably recently. That helps them fulfil their hunger need as well.
Yeah.
Having a nice bit of tasty grass.
Just chilling.
And that's actually another thing about them. The Grasslands Pack, it sort of would feel incomplete without them. They, especially in real life, we found have a good relationship with zebras because they eat different kinds of grass. Like, I believe it's the wildebeest eat the longer grass while the zebras go for shorter grass. It might be the other way around, but they help each other out. They're like, oh, I'm going to leave this portion of grass to you, Mr. Zebra. Have a lovely meal.
Sharing
so
the grass.
Sweet. That's really sweet. And you wouldn't expect that from some of the species. They're quite like competitive, aren't they, with everything that they do? So
yeah,
that's
these
really
ones are
sweet.
nice. They're nice to each other.
Lovely. So I think we'll move on to our really exciting exhibit animal, which is the exhibit of the butterflies. I know a lot of people are super excited about this one, and it is actually really cool because it is the first interspecies exhibit. So you can have multiple, so we have 5 species of butterflies, and you can all put them in the same exhibit, which is the first of its kind in Planet Zoo. And we do know the names of the 5 species. If you do want to name one,
Cloudless sulfur.
I'll go for the blue morpho because I added some shininess to that one's wings.
Yeah, so we've got the blue morpho, cloudless sulfur, and we also have the European peacock, and we have the old world swallowtail, and then obviously the monarch, which is probably one that most people know. And yeah, so they'll basically flutter around and fly around all together, and it's amazing walkthrough exhibit that you guys can create. And they also land on guests' hands as well, don't they, whilst they walk through?
They do. Hopefully we might be able to see that. It's a very busy exhibit.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to see the butterflies. So yeah, it's a little packed right now.
Keep an eye out. You might just see it happen. It's like guests.
Yeah, guests are a little bit crammed in there, but I'm sure one of the butterflies will land on one of them sometime soon.
As when we were talking about unique features earlier, it was like we just wanted to give just a little piece extra to these butterflies, and it's like we just thought that would be like a really nice moment to get in.
And it feels nice having the interspecies exhibits, just because everyone can have a favourite species of butterflies, and if you want to, you can just make a
single species just fine. That's totally okay.
Yeah, maybe we should close the exhibit for now, just so that we can admire the butterflies for a little bit without having all these guests trying to get in, because I think it's getting a little too crowded for the butterflies. But yeah, let's have a close up of some of the
species we can flick
insects.
through. There's many to flick through.
See the shininess on the wings there, just a little bit as it reflects the light.
Yeah, the blue morpho has an amazing sheen to it, and
it looks almost metallic.
They're a lot larger as well than all the other ones.
It's just a little film on its wings that just reflects the light in a slightly different way, so it grabs your attention.
It looks amazing, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it just at this angle, like it really.
Yeah. I think they're one of the biggest ones here. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If you guys have a favourite species of butterfly, let us know.
Yeah. And then also something new about the Grasslands Animal Pack is we have another new campaign scenario, which if you didn't check out the dev journal, which we posted yesterday, we had a dev journal with one of the lovely level designers, Kelly Griffin. She was kind enough to participate in the dev journal and learn all about the things that go into designing the campaign scenarios. And we have a new one that is basically you kind of go to the grasslands of Argentina, and there is like this kind of rich socialite, Tiffany Summers, and you're going to have to...
A nice way of doing things.
Yeah, and I think they have got lots of animals in their...
Got a lot to learn.
Yeah, in their mansion or something like that, and then...
I think it's Daddy's mansion.
Yeah.
Probably.
Considering they're a socialite, probably they, something like that, but... basically, we're trying to teach them how to properly care for the animals as you kind of relocate them to their diverse inhabitants, and I think they're in like a sprawling mansion and you want to give them more suitable surroundings. So yeah, that is our new career scenario, and it kind of continues on from the Twilight Pack, but of course you don't have to have played the previous career scenario to play this one. You can kind of just go straight into this story without having played the Twilight Pack one. So yeah, that's really cool. And of course with the Grasslands Animal Pack, we had a free update 1.12, which we went over briefly in our stream earlier when we did the dioramas, but let's just briefly go over them. We have obviously the new guided zoo tours.
I can try and quickly see if there's one rolling right now actually. But these are like timed, like it's just when zoo tours come up, so it might not be running right now. We'll have to see.
These are basically...
One assigned to a tour.
There we go. Live action here for you.
Tour.
Yeah, there we go. You can see the guy holding the tour, but these are basically personal tours that are around your zoo. You can plot the tour points in your zoo where you want them to go, and it's kind of a way to...
James, you've made your zoo too good. Everybody wants to see all the animals.
Made the pass too thin as well.
Yeah, and it's it's a new management feature basically that you can earn additional income for your zoo. So people will pay like a zoo ticket price on top of a private zoo tour. So that's a new feature that we added, and you can customize it and then have your tour points so that you know, you can choose where your guests go.
You can get them to do animal talks, you can get them to go on breaks, you can customize it exactly how you want, so we can see.
Yeah, right here, it's like setting it up just like an animal talk, and then when the presenter gets here, they'll give a talk, and you know, the guests will rate your tour when they get to the end based on how well balanced it is, because you know, they need to have breaks every so often, they need to have good quality presenters and good quality animals being on show. And
if, like James, you've named your tour Great Tour, it's got a lot to live up.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone will go to that one. But yeah, that's a new feature we have. And then we also have the diorama mode, which is the new terrain type in sandbox mode, which you basically go into sandbox mode and then you choose the terrain type in there, and then you can basically, as we see on the screen, you can build your very own diorama. And this was obviously inspired by one of our amazing members of the community, Rudy Renkamau. They've done a lot of amazing dioramas before, and we decided to just create this so that we can make it a little bit more, you know, simpler for everyone to create their own dioramas. Yeah, so hopefully we get to see a lot of your dioramas soon. And then we also have the bulldozer delete tool, which is something I know a lot of you guys are really excited about, and I know it's going to help a lot of you guys as well when you're managing, building your zoo, and you're kind of changing things around, because I know it can get a little bit, here we have it in action here. But yeah, it basically allows you to quickly remove objects and paths in your zoo.
Lots of options here as well, so you know, that's just set to, by default it comes on with just wanting to do scenery, since that's the usual thing, but you can also do barriers, you can do paths, you can, you know.
So there are several categories you can kind of toggle on.
Get rid of these guests.
These poor guests.
It's like, get out of here. Get out of here.
But yeah, you have full control over what you're removing. And if you want to know specifically what you can kind of toggle off, then you can definitely refer to the patch notes in the forums, where we talked about everything that's in the Grasslands Animal Pack. And we also put in habitat visibility heat maps. So there's like 3 new heat map modes where it kind of shows you like predicted area visibility, current animal visibility, and yearly average animal visibility. So you can kind of see.
With this heat map, like you can see basically a bunch of data to see how guests are viewing the habitats. Like this is quite a simple example, so it's not going to reveal too much that you wouldn't expect.
Exactly.
But the predicted area tells you how much of the entire habitat you can view along each point here.
Yeah.
So that, you know, gives you a good shot. Yeah. The current animal visibility tells you like where's the exciting view right now, which is, you know, here is the closest point to the animal, so everyone wants to be at this point. Whereas
so then you put like a donation bin there, right?
Yeah,
so
this
that
should
you
help you out.
So you can like, you know, there's loads of people coming here, so then place that donation bin there, because then you know you're going to get a lot of people there to donate.
For sure, we want to make it easy to see where your guests might be going. If there's an area you don't quite want them to go, you could maybe change your habitat around a little bit to reduce the area that they might see the animals there, or increase it somewhere else.
Yeah, so that should be a really helpful tool for everyone in the community. And we also introduced some new color morphs and color variations that I know the community have been.
A big favourite for both of us.
I think the community have been wanting some of these.
They've found a few of them already. I mean, you can't just go and read the patch notes now and you'll see them, but we could non-exclusively reveal.
So we have the black timber wolf, the golden black bear, an alternate reindeer coat, which is the pale reindeer, and then we also have the king cheetah. So yeah, I think a lot of this has been quite highly requested by the community.
Especially the king cheetah, we knew
king cheetah I've been waiting for a good while.
Yeah, so I
very
think,
excited for it to be.
Yeah, we already see in chat everyone's super excited for that. So definitely check that out and check the patch notes. I know sometimes not everyone goes over everything, but yeah, if you check the patch notes, you'll see everything that we've put in. Yeah, and I think that's it for checking out all the new animals in the Grasslands Pack. Of course, you can get it now on Steam, !Steam or !DLC in the Twitch chat to bring up the Steam page, and then you can get it now and play with all these wonderful animals in the pack. But we're not done yet. We have one more thing to go over. we are actually going to do a Zoopedia trivia. Woo!
I'm scared.
Yeah, really putting us on our toes.
So guests and chat are going to try to answer some questions and test your animal fact knowledge. Let's see how they all do. And we want some answers in chat too.
You're going to have to help us out.
Absolutely.
No Google though. It can't be Googling, no cheating guys. But yeah, let's start off the Zoopedia trivia. So the first question is going to be, 9-banded armadillos nearly always have litters, but do you know how many they have in one birth? Let's see what chat says as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to let the chat ponder on this one.
Oh, really?
Do you know, or are you you're just volunteering for them to go
Volunteering for them to do it for me. Like, I wouldn't know. They're not particularly that big.
Someone said 12. So, wow, that would be a lot. 2 to 4.
I can't imagine it's too many. But.
So, let's get a little drum roll.
So there's going to be more than 1 or 2, right?
Do you know the answer? Do you want to let us know?
I want to say 4.
I want to
say. If I check the Zoopedia, recently, which I did.
So you kind of had, you already had a little bit of insider info there. But it is, you're right, it is 4. Oh, they have quadruplets and they give birth to identical quadruplets every time, which is absolutely amazing. It's crazy, yeah. We had a lot of fun when we learned about that fact. Actually, it was really cool. But yeah, so you were right. You get 1 point now. It's not a competition. It's not a competition.
Now I have to play more.
Okay, next question then. Despite their looks and name, the Maine wolf is neither a fox or a wolf, and actually has its own lineage. So, so it's also the only member of its genus. Do you know the name of its genus?
This one catches me off guard every time, I think. So I think I've been asked this as well, just during
I'm also slightly worried that it cropped up in the earlier animal talk.
Yeah, I know. I've already clocked out and just missed it.
Gone.
Yeah, I think we were just looking at all the animals rather than listening too much.
Well, I was just excited because wallabies were coming up.
Yeah, you just blindsided.
Oh, we got some answers in chat.
Does chat
I am very tempted.
Chrysocian,
Check it out.
only one of its genus, Maine wolf, swots profusely. Okay, do you know the answer?
Biggest legus.
No? Biggest legus?
Leggiest boy.
Leggiest ginormous.
Unfortunately, you are wrong. And we had some amazing answers in chat. We got Caesar Creates, Oz, the Capybara,
I don't think it's called Caesar Creates.
No. It's not called Caesar Creates. Old Country, they all got it right. Yeah, it's the Chrysocian. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right, hopefully. But yeah, that's its full species name, and it's the only member of its genus, and it technically translates to golden dog in Greek.
Ooh.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, so pretty for its coat.
The chat is very clever.
They didn't even mention the long legs.
Yeah.
Why didn't they notice that?
No, they call it golden. They say the golden, but not the leg. Yeah. All right, next question we have is, what do emus do to help grind up their food?
Oh, I do know this one. I know this one straight up, but I'll hold it back till
well, I don't. So if we can work as a team,
yeah.
Just basically James telling you the answers, working as a team.
Just whisper, help you with your homework.
Don't copy each other's homework. I think we've got some of the right answers in chat though, but
okay, we can't see chat.
So would you like to answer your answer?
So I believe it's that they eat rocks, right? And that actually helps their digestion. It seems counterproductive, to be honest. But
that's what I was thinking as well. But they basically swallow large pebbles to help stomach grind up their food, and some of them.
I do the same. So
I'm hoping you can go see someone about that. But they even swallow rocks that weigh up to 45 grams.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then they basically do this because they consume a lot of tough variety of plants, so the plants are quite tough to digest, so they do this. But this also is not unique to emus. We have several animals that are in the game that also do this, such as ostriches, penguins, crocodiles.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
penguins do it as well. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I knew they held on to rocks. Yeah.
when you don't look at them, they're shifting.
Yeah, secretly.
Yeah. Yeah, so next question. Caracals are known to jump very high, but just how high do they jump vertically to catch
good
their
question.
prey?
Oh,
I know.
You know this one. You had
I've
to.
seen them escape.
Yeah, you've been watching them escape for a good while and then fixing that.
We have any answers in chat?
I'm going to throw out a wild guess
meters,
here.
6 feet, 12 feet, 4 meters, 3 meters.
3 meters, I'm going to say, is my guess.
Okay.
I'm going to.
All right.
That
Chat
is a
didn't sway
complete
you
guess,
there, did they?
What a chat are mostly they're going
for 3 meters,
3
or
meters.
12 feet.
I
So-
would agree that I think it's
Yeah.
Is it actually?
I think you had a good guess.
Yeah, chat's really good at this. Basically, they can jump up to 10 feet or 3 meters high vertically, and they're very opportunistic hunters, and they love preying on birds.
They keep
So,
jumping up to
yeah.
grab them, and in the videos I was looking at, they
Yeah.
kept missing. but
At least they're trying.
they got them afterwards,
Yeah, at
and
least
it was
they're
still
trying.
very impressive.
Yeah. So they 10 feet high and 3 meters. So well done, chat, and well done to Dave. Doing really well. Okay, next question we have is, so striped hyenas have a vice-like grip, and their jaws and teeth can pretty much tear through bone and tough meat, and their bite force is quite high. Can you tell me what their bite force is in PSI, which is pounds per inch square?
No.
This one's a little bit of a harder
Yeah, this
one.
one's hard.
I threw in a bit of a harder one, a
Pounds per
curveball.
inch square.
Yeah.
I feel like we need like a
How
contrast
big
to
is
get
a
like,
hyena
you know, like
tooth?
versus a hippo and versus like a house cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a little bit hard one, but I don't think chat. 1,500 PSI. Okay.
I'll go with that. I trust chat.
I'm gonna go split the middle, 750. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Well, you are the closest, actually.
Ooh, that's your guesswork.
Yeah, it's 800 PSI, and just to give it into a bit of perspective, humans' bite force is around 120, 160. So 800 is
Pretty
very,
big. Yeah.
Quite high. Yeah. But yeah, and we got one question for the redneck wallabies.
I'm
got it on you.
I'm keeping quiet. This is yours.
So they can turn their ears independently, which aids their excellent hearing, of course. But do you know what degree angle that they can turn their ears?
I mean, this would be really embarrassing if I didn't know that. But luckily, you know, I'm sure.
Luckily?
I'm sure I do know. But I'd like to hand it over to the chat. You know, I don't want to give it away or anything.
You want to
Over to you, chat. Over to you.
You want to hear the audience first, and then be like, "Oh, I'll chime in afterwards." You know.
See how many people get. I'm not telling you what they say though.
James, can you open the Zoopedia? Secret.
Go. Still got the game going.
Yeah, but we got Relic Old Country. Old Country, you're killing it. Sam Exotics, you guys got it right. Sophia Dawn as well. It is 180 degrees. Is that what you had?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Right on the money. Yeah. Well, no, actually, I guess 179, but you go.
Close
just
enough.
so.
You did well. But yeah, they have really sensitive and amazing hearing ability, because they can pretty much rotate them independently 180 degrees so that they can quickly detect potential predators or threats. So yeah, it's really cool. And the next question we have is, blue wildebeest perform the world's largest migration every year, which we talked about. But how long is this migration, and how far is their travel distance in miles or kilometers?
I think
It's a little bit long one,
but I don't know how long.
I thought it was over like a 2-month period.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's a vague memory of that there. But.
Well, you migrate somewhere and then presumably you have to go back. So that gives them like 8 months to hang around and have a chill. So that would make sense.
Maybe.
5,000 miles.
I might just be miles off here.
3,000 kilometers.
I think it's
2,000 miles.
kilometers.
1,000 kilometers?
Or did I
Is that
say
your final answer?
Am I closer with miles?
Is that your final answer?
Can I just give the number 1,000 and be very vague about the units?
Okay, okay. Well, it actually is 1,000 miles.
Nice.
Well done.
Shifted your way there.
Yeah. But it's 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers. That's how kind of far they travel in an estimate. And the migration period usually lasts for around 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
just 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's through October through to early November.
Well, when you consider the lifespan of a wildebeest, a month sort of works out as a week. So I think you were right on the money there. A wildebeest month. About a week long. Yeah.
Really cool.
Animal math right now.
Yeah.
Chat was definitely really close. We had a lot of people say 1,000 kilometers instead of miles. So, Caesar Creates was really close with 1,500 kilometers. Just 100 kilometers off, but it's an estimate. So.
I think we've been crushed by chat.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. Yeah.
Don't take it too hard on yourselves. I'm sure you have other things to research as well. So, and we got our last question for you, chat, which is humans. Unlike humans, butterflies don't actually taste with their tongue. Do you know what they use instead to taste things?
I do.
I think I do, but I'm not as confident as you look.
Should we say it on 3, 2, 1, and then it'll be so good if it's right, and then if it's wrong, it's going to be
okay. We'll do that. Let's
it'll be rubbish if we just say completely different things.
Yeah,
okay.
I think chat's got it pretty much. Chat's got it. Okay, so we'll do a 3, 2, 1.
0. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
3, 2, 1. Legs.
Antennae.
Oh
no! Oh no! Uh-oh. Yep.
Well,
which side is the chat on?
The right answer is their feet.
Oh no! Legs wrong. Yeah.
Well, legs kind of.
I
don't know. Should we give it to him, chat?
Feet? Well, I guess they have to have the end of them.
Do they have toes? No.
No. They're little feet. But yeah, they actually taste through their chemoreceptors, which are on their feet. And they also smell with their feet too, which is really interesting. So as soon as they land on a plant, they can detect whether it's bitter or sweet or sour or salty.
So if you see one land somewhere and then it immediately takes off,
not a great place.
No.
Yeah. So apparently, the reason why they kind of land on humans because sometimes they smell your sweat.
So taste delicious.
So that's why they land on you because they can smell it. Yeah, because they can smell the salt. So
now, if you want to know which guests in your park smell, you can go to the butterfly exhibit.
Oh no!
It's pointing them out.
Don't call out them, your guests.
But being mean to the guests.
Yeah. Well, that was the Zoopedia trivia. You guys did so well, chat. So many of you know so much.
Yeah, much better than us, actually. Surprising.
You kind of crushed the devs, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm really proud of everyone in chat. And thank you so much for participating in our trivia. And thank you for participating. I'm sure you learned something new.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Next time, we're going to have to hit the box.
Bring an encyclopedia.
Make sure you've read all the Zoopedia facts before you come in next time. But thank you so much for joining us on the Zoopedia trivia, and I think that's all we've got time for today for this stream. So thank you so much to Dave and James for coming on and helping us showcase all the lovely, amazing animals that are in the Grasslands Animal Pack. It's so lovely to have you.
Thanks for having us.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, and it's great to see your excitement and all that you do for the Planet Zoo as well, so that we can...
I'm very excited to see your Wallaby bills.
Yeah, sure send them directly to Dave.
Send direct to Dave.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys and also learn about everything that you do and, share it all with chat as well. So we'll say bye to you guys for now. Hopefully we'll see them again soon.
Bye. Well, we'll hide back behind the grass.
Back into the grass you go. But yeah, I just want to thank all of you guys in chat for joining us today and celebrating the launch of the Grasslands Animal Pack with us. It's live now on Steam, so go check that out. There's all the exclamation Steam, exclamation DLC, exclamation game in Twitch chat for you guys to get the store page up and get your DLC now and start playing it. All you have to do is update your game and it should be ready for you to enjoy to your heart's content. We're looking forward to seeing all the lovely habitats that you build for the animals, as well as the new butterfly walkthrough exhibit, as well as how you enjoyed the new campaign scenario. It's been amazing to launch this, of course, and it's been amazing having you guys all here. Just want to quickly thank the community team as well as the mods in chat for always being here and supporting the streams, and as well as Adam, our live stream producer. Nothing can be done and run without him, so thank you so much. And just want to let you know that this is actually our last stream for the year. Don't worry, we'll be back in January, so it's not our last stream ever, it's just the last stream for the year. So just letting you know that, and we'll be back in January to have more Planet Zoo fun with you. And of course, I hope everyone has a lovely winter break, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!